Today I want to talk about relationship. I've been doing a whole lot of soul searching about my life, some of the things I have done good in my life, and some of the things I totally regret, in my life. Some of the things I did bad to myself and other people, and had to get on my knees and pray for forgiveness. Um, God have blessed me with beautiful relationships. My children mother, um, I married her very, very young, and I was wild and foolish in the day. We wound up getting divorced, but that was a very, very beautiful young lady. And after the divorce, I hit hard times, and I ran across a young lady named Brenda. Brenda was an extrovert, kind of reminded me of my mom. Uh, she was a people person. She get along with old people, young people. Always had a smile on her face. And the relationship lasts a good over 10 years. And her mother passed away. And when her mother passed away, she just went downhill, and I received a phone call from her cousin, and she told me that Brenda had passed away. And that was, it took the heart out of my chest, it hurt me real, real bad. And then a couple of years after that, I ran across a young lady. I just had a conversation with her, and me and her started talking, and she liked to travel now. She liked to travel, and I wasn't too much into traveling, but I did a whole lot of traveling when I was in college. But she liked to travel. She was an extrovert. Matter of fact, she could read a novel a whole novel now, less than 45 minutes. And I talked her into going back to college. She went back to college, got her 2-year degree. Then she turned around and got her 4-year degree. And she turned around, was working on her master's degree. So when she left Miami, she moved to Georgia. And 6 months before I came up. And when I came up, she came up to the house, and we went to see Shirley Caesar, Minister Shirley Caesar. And we had a good time that night, but she didn't tell me that she was sick or anything like that. So about a week after that, she had called me and told me she was in the hospital. So I went down into Columbus, Georgia, and I went to the hospital where she was, and she told me, she said she had cancer, But she was talking normal, just like she always talked. And the nurse came and told they had to run some more tests on her. And I left, I told her, I said, I'll come back and see you. So I had to drive back 2 hours back to where I was living at. And later on that night, I got a phone call and said she had passed away. I mean that, ooh, man, I can't describe it, but that did a job on me, But thank the universal prime creator for carrying me and bringing me out of that grief. It hurted me real, real bad. So I want to share this video with my community about. I got 2 videos from the male perspective and the female perspective about relationship, how very, very important relationship is. And if you're a friend with a person and you see that person is married or got a girlfriend and doing something wrong, let that person know, man, hey, don't go in that direction, There's too many diseases out here. There's too many relationships. You got your relationship going. You got your structure, your foundation in that relationship going in a positive direction. Then you're going to meet somebody that you don't know nothing about, and you're going to start a relationship with, and then you're going to mess up your household and stuff like that, I let my if they my buddies, my friends, I'm going to let them know. They can't, hey, man, you can't do that around me, man, You got kids and stuff to the house, man. We could go out here and party a little bit, I don't drink anymore, I drink no Coke or Sprite or something like that. But I would let him know, that don't go in that direction, But I think the universal prime creator for all the females that I have met in my life and make me the person that I am today. You know. So I got 2 videos from the male perspective and the female perspective, and I hope y'all really enjoy these 2 videos. And think about it. Think about the relationship with your girlfriend, your wife, your friends, your family members. Because tomorrow is not promised to no one. Tawana was with me during a time that I was with. I had prostate cancer, and they told me I had 6 months to live. That was back in 2014. 6 months to live, And my medical bill altogether came close to $200,000, They can say what they want to say about the Obama program. They could go to hell with that, If I didn't have the Obama program insurance, I wouldn't be here today, But she was there with me through thick and thin. This woman was there with me. I'm telling you, there 24/7, And it hurt me when she passed away. So I hope y'all enjoy these 2 videos and bring awareness to all my subscribers, my friends, my family, how important that individual is to you. The old saying, you don't miss your well until your water run dry. It's a terrible feeling. It's a terrible feeling.
Let me tell you something, dog.
Yoke them up.
If your wife questions me about your actions, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm one of the ones that will check. I don't care who it is, because I expect them to check me. So I'm going to check. Now, it's brotherhood. Dog, you don't have to like me tonight. We'll talk about it tomorrow. But right now, dog, you don't grab nobody's hand. You don't grab nobody's waist and say, well, I ain't around my old lady. Now you around me, though. And you're in your presence, dude. Everybody wants to put us on a platform of we all hoes. And like, wait a minute. No. We got guys in here we're about substance around here. And some of my guys are married, and you're going to walk in because you're not around your wife. Oh, no. Quickly. When I say quickly, I will grab, dude, don't now. But he was around the Salt and Pepper gang, and then no, because again, I told him, like I'm your eyes without you being there. So I represent you when you're not there. I'm not gonna let these guys, and I'll tell them, hey, Doc, you had too much. Don't drink no more. You're good.
That's good.
Or you disrespect. No, don't do that. And I don't have no problem doing it. I don't care. Listen. Anytime that it's going to take us to a level that's going to drive down what we do in the community, I'm going to be the first one on board. No, that's bull.
I've been married for more than 15 years.
Congratulations.
I have been in a side relationship that my husband recently found out about. How can I convince my husband to let me keep the side dude?
Need to change that convince word to manipulate.
Ooh.
We're not going to play those games right now. You took a vow. You took vows. You stood before God or whatever it is you believe in and said that you were going to love this man in sickness and through health, for rich and for poor. You said that you committed whenever you took that vow. You committed to be there even in the hard times, even in the times where you were not fully emotionally fulfilled. You still took on that position to say that I'm going to have those conversations. I'm going to communicate. I'm not going to breach the trust in this marriage. You lack marital integrity. And if you lack marital integrity, you lack integrity as a person as well. Audacity must be on sale right now for you to be able to say, how can I convince my husband, a man at that, convince my husband to let me still have a side relationship as if I did not betray this man, as if I did not hurt this man, as if I did not dishonor this man, as if I did not disrespect this man, and you want to ask for something? You want to ask for what it seems like more of a favor because it's only going to work in your favor. It's nothing that is going to work for him. I don't like when we play these games like this. You entered into what you two believe was a monogamous agreement, and you made it a polyamorous thing. You did. Whenever you open up your marriage to something that somebody else did not consent to, if your side piece has depression or anxiety or anything like that, there's a spiritual exchange that takes place when you go sleep with somebody else. that you now have invited into your home. So part of the reason why your marriage is not happy is because you were lusting over the fence to begin with.
Please, when you have time, please like and subscribe and give me some feedback. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.